I just wanted to come on here and do a quick little video for you guys for a lunchtime stretch. As you know, or you may not know, on Saturday mornings, Michelle and I teach a class called Flexible Strength, which is really sort of a hybrid between mobility training, flexibility training, and bodyweight strength training. Oftentimes we'll incorporate things like foam rollers, straps, yoga blocks, and just our own body weight to get a little movement in our day. So that's what I was gonna offer you here. So we're gonna start actually on the ground, all right, on hands and knees, just with a few rounds of cat-cow. So as you notice, as I'm bringing myself into position, my hands are under my shoulders, my arms are straight, and my knees are under my hips, and my toes are tucked. And then from here, I'm gonna round through my upper back, bring my belly button towards my spine, and stretch my hips back towards my heels. And then we'll take a breath in and do the opposite of that, lifting the tailbone, allowing the belly to fall toward the floor, driving the collarbones and lifting the chin away from my chest. And I'm just gonna move back and forth with my breath through those movements. So I'm moving through spinal extension and then into flexion. And if you've been sitting in a chair for a while, and I've been sitting, believe it or not, in a chair this morning, and I need to stretch out my back a little. So from here, come back into what we would call neutral. So we're not in flexion, we're not in extension, the spine is rather straight. Like you walk your hands out away from you. Take your knees back a smidge. So it almost looks like I'm in this funky plank, right? I'm gonna press my hips back to my heels and stretch my arms out. And then I'm gonna roll forward and end up kind of in a kneeling plank. And I'm gonna press back, hips to heels, and then come forward into my plank. So again, just gentle movement. I'm gonna do 5 of these. And every time I bring my hips back to my heels, I'm trying to make my torso just a little bit longer. And I'm firmly pressing my hands into my mat as I do that, keeping the arms straight. Do that one more time. And then on back. And I'm gonna end in my plank position, and I'm just gonna pass through here, right? I'm not gonna linger for too long. Take your arm underneath you. It's called threading the needle. So you're gonna just reach that arm underneath you and then lay your head down on the ground and lean back. I always think about this as if somebody's trying to pull my arm out from underneath me. I can feel my shoulder blade moving away from my spine. And I'm gonna take another breath in and come out of it and do the same thing on the other side. So I'll reach my opposite arm underneath, stretch my opposite arm away from me and lean back. Right, so far we've worked on just kind of warming up the back, right, and the shoulders. And then from here, as we come out of it, it's gonna have you roll over onto your back. Bring your knees to your chest. Hug your right knee to your chest and extend your left leg away from you as if you're trying to reach the wall in front of you. Take your arm out to the side and bring that top bent leg across your body. Roll over onto the outside edge of your hip. You might notice as you go into this twist that your shoulder wants to lift away from the ground. Excuse me. Try to keep that shoulder grounded to your mat as best you can. And then on my in-breath, I'll come back to the center, straighten the opposite leg, bend the other knee, and do the same thing on the other side. When you carry tightness in your back, this is a really great stretch to do. Again, it's not super aggressive. And then come back to center. Bring both knees to your chest. Roll up into a seated position. All right, and the last little stretch I'm gonna do is ask you to just bring your legs, front leg to about 90 degrees and the back leg to 90 degrees. So as I look down at both of my legs, I've got about a 90-degree bend from my shin to my quad, and same for the back leg. And then from here, I'm just gonna sit up nice and tall. And I'm gonna take this arm and just bring it down to the floor. So I'm leaning to the side, and as you notice, my shoulder and my elbow are in one straight line. I'm gonna take that top arm up and over and reach away. And as I'm reaching with my arm, I'm rooting down with this hip. So I'm stretching the knee away. Feels awesome on the quads. Right, those hip flexors, I misspoke, it's not really your quad, it's more your hip flexor, but you get kind of tight there, right, when you're sitting a lot, whether from driving or working at a desk. All right, come come all the way back up, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Doesn't really matter how you get there, just spin around on your tush. So again, create length before you go into that side bend. Elbow down, shoulders stacked, reach up and over. Again, very simple. Sometimes simple is best, right? We don't have to get fancy. Sometimes it's just getting motivated to actually move and do these things. 6-7 minutes and be feeling a lot better. Come all the way back up to center. Cross those legs in front of you. Just again, like a basic cross-legged style. Lengthen through your spine, tuck that low back in, take a little twist. And when you twist, look over your rear shoulder. Again, it does not have to be a big twist to be an effective one. A little bit goes a long way. And on your in-breath, unwind and do the same thing on the other side. Take a breath in, come back. So, you get 6 minutes, you've moved. Get back to whatever it is you were doing. If you guys have any requests for any other videos that you'd like to see of mini workouts, stretches, let us know in the comments. Have a great day.